a war going on. The books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break. Call the morning steam, it's time to break. Run for cover, that's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Saturday, September 20th. We've got a great day of college football today planned, as well as some Major League Baseball and some other events as well, but it's all about college football today and a great card of college action starting here at noon Eastern and 9 Pacific. Hopefully you joined me last night over on one of the other channels. We were up there for the Iowa-Rutgers game for a brief time there last night. Thanks to those guys for inviting me over there and enjoying some of the action before I got rolling on my local stuff last night, but definitely had a good time over there. And we were able to pick a few winners on the card yesterday, not so much on the Iowa game with Rutgers as Iowa kept their dominance over Rutgers since joining the Big Ten, and Iowa put them away late there. I thought Rutgers would have a chance to maybe knock them off there in that one, but got a little wild, got a little funky, and a good game last night with Iowa knocking off Rutgers. We did have the winner in the other game with Tulsa here on the show yesterday. Tulsa beat Oklahoma State in Stillwater for the first time since 1951. That was a long time. And they kind of dominated the game there, actually, there. And hopefully you join me over there on the coverage that I provide with Nuke the House. We gave the under out over there. And, hey, hopefully you're riding with me a little bit over there on Nuke the House. If you check out some of the previous records over there, I've hit 8 or 9 of my last 10 plays over there at Nuke the House. So you can check me out over there. We've got some exclusive content that I provide over there at the Nuke the House sports channel on YouTube and on their website, nukethehouse.com. So you check me out over there for some more winners the way I'm going over there. Hey, how about some of the action, though, from Major League Baseball yesterday? We'll just cover it here real quick. We did have some winners, but there were some pretty big games. We're getting down to the wire here, and some historic action there last night with Clayton Kershaw. He pitched 4 1/3 innings in his last regular season start in L.A. Oh, by the way, Shohei Ohtani home run number 52, and Dodgers get the win 6-3. You know, Dalton Rushing, the Dodgers catcher, he was 7 years old when Clayton Kershaw made his debut, and he caught him last night. How about that? For the Dodgers getting the win there last night. Also, the big game, Mariners 4-0 over the Astros. We had that as our high roller play over at Tony's Picks. We also had the under here on the show yesterday. Seattle home run, Seattle home run, Seattle home run, Seattle home run. 4 solo home runs. They're in first place. Brian Wu pitched 5 innings, left with an injury. That is of concern. Mariners have won 11 of 12. Other big one, Guardians get that win. They remain red hot. The Guardians win. Bo Naylor, 4 RBI in that one. Guardians have won 8 straight. Cleveland's 1.5 behind Boston and Houston for those second and third wild cards right now. And what a run right now, not only by Cleveland, by Seattle as well. These teams are red hot heading into maybe the postseason. We know Cleveland fighting here, still trailing those teams, but going to be some more action today. We won't cover them all. We're not even going to cover Cleveland has a doubleheader. You know how it is with doubleheaders. So we don't want to disappoint you, but probably not going to dive too much into some of the quirky baseball, the $2 favorites there a little bit, even though there's some key teams going. The Mets were able to win a game yesterday. We had them here on the show. We had Baltimore, didn't we, over the Yankees with Rogers getting it done. We went with Bryce Elder. Man, we crushed it in the morning steam yesterday, didn't we, with the plays? We had Cincinnati. We had the Athletics. We had Atlanta. We were winning them all. We had Baltimore, Mets, run line. Boston ends up getting it done. Padre game under. We didn't have many losers at all in the morning steam. The Astros getting it the under in that Astros game. We had Cleveland. We had the over in the Angels and the Rockies. We practically won them all. And end of the night, we lost the last 3 games. But other than that, yesterday, I think it's 10-5 there yesterday with the morning steam plays. We'll take that. Also, we had the under in the Liberty and Phoenix game there with the clinching win for Phoenix, getting it done. And our high roller play was on Phoenix over at Tony's Picks. So we got it done there. And we also brought home that winner with the British Columbia Lions there yesterday against Calgary. So I think we had a pretty good day with some of the picks here on the show, but we got no time to waste, no time to spare talking about the past when we got to talk about the present. I want to thank everyone for coming in here to the Morning Steam show today as we get ready for college football. And we'll keep you posted also on all that delicious steam. If you're looking to play some college football steam today or get that steam from that added board from the extra game, stay tuned. We'll cover those all throughout the next couple of hours. And Colorado Rockies did take some steam here shortly before the start of the show in their game against the Angels. Don't care too much about that one. It ain't going to make our preview, so maybe that's our coverage right there with the Rockies taking the steam there against the Angels today at home. Hasn't been the best series over there, but other important games. So the Tigers lose 10-1. They've lost 7 of 8. Their lead is down to 2.5 over Cleveland. It's not just Cleveland for that wild card. They could get the division the way the Tigers have been choking. And the Braves will miss the postseason. They were eliminated despite that win. They'll miss the postseason for the first time in 8 years. But my Padres lose again. They can't even beat the White Sox. White Sox had lost 6 in a row. Vargas, a 2-run home run. Padres now trailing the Dodgers. Look out. I mean, falling apart here. Not going to end up catching them. Padres 4 games back. Just have to settle for the wild card here. Red Sox did beat the Rays 11-7. Tampa Bay led 3-2 after 6 innings. Durant hit a 2-run home run, and Sox scored 7 runs in the 8th inning, and the game broke loose there in that one. All right, let me tidy myself up here a little bit. All right, there we go. Let me say hello to some folks in the chat, then we'll get the show started. Thank you for joining me here, Cascade. Here today, also Blue, .od.die, Jimmy Lambo, and I don't care. He's here today. Love having Jimmy as part of our chat. All-Stars, Arthur Wesley. Hello, Nick Handy. Thank you, James Parm. Jimmy is here as well. And let's see who else. Lovable is here. Thank you for being here today. And appreciate you. Lovable. Great to have you. Okay. Let's get rolling here. We'll give you a little bit of heads up over with my winnable here. Hey, Mark Frost. Man, hi, Mark. Good to have you in the chat. All-Stars, Andrew G. Hey, I've got plays today. You can check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. Just want to mention it here because if you're not a subscriber, I've already got my first package up of the day. Well, we've had a few over here overnight. It really didn't work out for me overnight with my Aussie action, but I do have some soccer going here right now, and in about 4 minutes in Bundesliga, but also my college football early plays. I got a 5-pack up right now, so why not join over at winnable.com for $19.95 a month. It'll be even cheaper when you use the promo code STEAM at checkout. Comes out to about $16, less than 50 cents a day when you use that promo code STEAM. And I'll have another late package today, too. You're probably going to get upwards of 10 picks today from me in college football with this package. This is also where we'll have a little bit of baseball today and some other sports as well here. So get some additional content from me. That's how you support me here on the channel. If you don't want me to do this show, don't subscribe. But if you want me to come back every day, please consider subscribing to my plays over at winnable.com. Go to the free tab. You can get some free selections sent to you via phone. You can turn on notifications so you don't miss them from me and the team here at the Sports Money Network. Okay, we're going to just run right into it right now. We don't have time to waste. We got to get these games going here today and preview the action here today. Timothy Hawk is here as well. Let's get rolling, though, with some great college football today. I think we got the right time order, if you will, the games in the right order, and get ready. Also, we're going to be firing away. You're going to hear that steam going off all morning with the added board, the FCS games, and know that steam can be valuable and does a pretty good job. Okay, let's get into it here right now. Start of the card here on Saturday. Let me dial it up and get you ready for the action here, and we'll start with, I want to make sure I get it in the right order here with, SMU taking on TCU. TCU is a 6.5 point favorite here. Total 63.5. We're not going to change too many of the lines here if it's too far, unless it's too far off as we get going here. All right. Let's take a look though in this one with. Well, you know what? These two teams have been longtime rivals, and, things have been a little bit different with teams getting in different conferences and different non-league games or whatever. And this series, which dates back a long way, well, they don't have it scheduled anymore after this year, and it's really because of Sonny Dykes. He might not be the one to want to play necessarily against SMU, but why wouldn't he? They're favorite here in this one. Maybe you can see the writing on the wall. Maybe SMU, maybe that money's going to start to come through eventually, but we'll see with SMU here. They lost at home to Baylor 48-45. They also beat one at Missouri State 28-10. Baylor threw for 440 yards against SMU. SMU last 2 years, they've been very, very solid, but they're in a battle here, obviously, with this one under Coach Lashley. Mustangs are just 2-6 against the spread as a road underdog, but they are 16-10 against the spread in conference games. But ACC non-conference underdogs are 3-5 against the spread this season. For the Horned Frogs, they won 48-14 at North Carolina. They also beat an FCS team 42-21. Their quarterback has got some experience for sure, about 2 years worth of starts. Dykes is 30-25 as a home favorite in his career. They've split the last 6 meetings. SMU just 2-4 straight up in their last 6 visits here, but 3-2 against the spread. And the overs come in 12 of the last 16 series games in this matchup. So let's see what you have, though, here for the Battle of the Iron Skillet. TCU leads the all-time series 53-43, but Well, I don't think they're scheduled again after this.
Final.
SMU won it last year. Get this, guys, 66-42. So both teams do come in, though, with some injuries. I think the running backs are questionable here or out. Let me see if I can just maybe I can dial that up real quick and make sure I get the latest info here. Don't want to drag it too long right now, but Major Everhart is questionable there for TCU for sure. So let's see, though, how you have this one in the chat here with SMU and TCU. Chat All-Stars, get ready to go. And let's have some winners from you guys here today. And I'll give out my play here in just a moment. All right, here they come, the chat picks. And we're ready to go. TCU and over for Cash Kane, but it's SMU for Twisted. Blue likes TCU. He likes them to smash. And over maybe for Twisted here. Okay. TCU for Jimmy. TCU for James Parm. And that number, it was lower for sure. It was as low as a 4, so not getting much of a discount. Now, granted, the 4.5s were a real early opener. Most of the books open this no higher than maybe 5.5 here, but the move has definitely been on. You're paying a little bit of a tax here with TCU for sure. Lando likes the over here as well. All right. See if we get a few more in here with this game. For TCU here in this one, they come in having won 6 straight dating back to last year. They've won 4 of their last 5 games at home, gone 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. SMU, meanwhile, has lost, failed to cover in 5 straight despite winning 11 of their last 14 games coming into this one. So let's see how you have it here with SMU and TCU. It's still pretty big number there right now. Do you still want to get involved with TCU laying this price? It seems like you guys are okay with it. Lauren S. is in there as well. Says TCU money line and over. All right, man. SMU's got a pretty good team, no doubt about it. This number just got pretty high, but SMU, they're just not covering these numbers right now. It's such a key number, though. I'll go ahead and take TCU. You guys seem to like them in the chat. I'm kind of wishy-washy, 50-50 on it. I love the total, I'll tell you that right now, but we're saving that for the paywall picks.
Final.
All right, I'll take TCU in this one. I think that's it from the chat. All right, next up. Texas Tech Red Raiders taking on the Utah Utes here on Saturday. Early action here with both teams coming in 3-0. Texas Tech, they've won its games against FBS competition at home, outscoring their opponents 107-28. Threw for over 800 yards in that game with Morton. Pretty good quarterback
Final.
here. Couple years experience, and he's throwing it pretty strong here right now. Under Coach McGuire, Texas Tech is 8-12 against the spread, coming in off of a win, but they are 15-11 in conference games. Utah, meanwhile, they won at UCLA 43-10. They won at Wyoming 31-6. They ran for nearly 600 yards in those games. Do have some steam coming in here right now. It's not a added game yet, but UTSA is taking the steam, that road favorite at Colorado State. They were as low as a 4-point favorite. They're going up to 5 or more here. UTSA taking some road steam against Colorado State. So, okay, continuing on, though, with the Utes here. They've got a Dampier in there, the former New Mexico quarterback, ready to go, doing a good job here so far. Utah, they're terrific as a home favorite. They are 26-14. Whittingham has been known as a money-making coach for sure. Utah over the last 10 years, I mean, they're basically 60% against the spread in conference games. These two teams have not met in 52 years. Texas Tech and Utah. Let's see what you guys have here in this one with Tech going up against the Utes. Texas Tech's 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games. They've gone 4-1 against the spread, last 5 on the road, dating back to last season. But Utah has covered 5 straight games as well, dating back to last season. And Utah's gone over in 5 of their last 7. Texas Tech has gone over in 6 of their last 7 games. See what you guys have here with this one between Texas Tech and Utah here today. Let's go to the chat all-stars and see what you have here with these two. Here come the plays. It's going to be hello Tavar in there. He's got TCU in that last game. Cash Kane, Utah on the spread, but Arthur likes Texas Tech. NYC Bar is on Utah Moneyline. Lando likes Texas Tech plus the points. Blues on Utah Moneyline. Jimmy says go ahead and give me Utah here minus those 4 points.
System play.
All right. This will be the big one in the Big 12, it feels like today. And the winner of this game probably be the conference favorite when this one is said and done. So, man, Whittingham, you got to kind of trust him maybe here. Kind of a weird time, too, man. You know, you think about it here in TCU. This one's going off, I believe, at 10 a.m. local time. So, it's kind of a weird start time when you think about it. Made for TV, but well, that's what you got to do when you got these big contracts. Put the best games on here. Okay, I think that's it from the chat all-stars, and I'll have to make my call here right now in this one with Texas Tech and Utah. I'm going to go over with these two for sure. Laker says, what about North Texas and Army, Ramon? What do you think about that one? Well, we might be able to take a request or two. Let me see. I know I got my pick ready here, I think, in that one. Anyways, I'll go over with Texas Tech and Utah. Laker boy likes Utah. Apache Storm gave us a play right there with Army first quarter. Jimbo likes the over in this game with Texas Tech and Utah with me, I think. Cash Kane likes North Texas. You guys are taking care of the North Texas. I was going to give out the under in North Texas and Army. So I'll go ahead and do that. Extra play there, North Texas and Army. The total is down to 51. It actually was a candidate to make the card, but it opened as high as 54.5 and went down pretty good. So I like the under there in North Texas and Army. Hope that's okay to throw in another play there. Let's get rolling here with some of the afternoon contests. And now I think that's it for the morning game. There are some intriguing matchups, certainly. Join me over on Nuke the House channel at 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. I think they want me earlier over there. I'll see if I can get over there as fast as I can. They said, I've been so hot over there. I think they told me to do an hour show over there, so maybe we'll have to get over there and preview some more games. All right, Auburn taking on here Oklahoma. This one feels pretty good too over in the SEC, does it? But look at this, man. Oklahoma, they're up to a 7-point favorite here right now. And there's some 6.5s out there. The total is definitely down here to 47 right now, and two stellar teams, two stellar defenses here with Auburn and Oklahoma. You know, this one did open a little bit lower here. It was in some of the games of the year as well. So saw as low as 3.5, but maybe 4.5 was the general opener here for most books. But let's see how you guys see it. Auburn coming in 3-0, Oklahoma coming in 3-0. Auburn so far this season, I mean, they've scored 110 points, I believe, so far. And they're For Auburn, looking pretty good so far, averaging 240 yards per game. Under Freeze, they're 19-10 against the spread as a road underdog. However, they are 3-10 against the spread under Freeze when coming in off a win for Oklahoma and Matar. Former Washington State quarterback, he's fit in just fine, and Oklahoma's won their big game so far, 24-13. Remember, over Michigan, and they've drubbed Temple 42-3. They have over 900 yards of offense so far this season. Under Coach Venables, Oklahoma's 12-5 against the spread as a home favorite, but they are 10-15 against the spread in conference games, and also 10-13 against the spread when coming off of a win under Venables. Oklahoma won the game last year, remember, 27-21 at Auburn, despite getting outgained the Sooners by nearly 200 yards. And we'll see what you guys have in this one today here with Auburn and OU. Big game here in the SEC. Both teams 3-0. Let's hear from you here. OU's defense, probably the best of the group here out of the teams today, out of the 4 groups today. Let's take a look with VAR is on the over here in this one. Actually 47, so he's getting a good price. Cash Kane is on Oklahoma. Lando likes the over here in this one. So I was mentioning, I didn't mention Arnold. I slipped up there, but Arnold, of course, here is the former quarterback for Venables, and he's over there at Auburn now. So we'll see if will he have a bead on him a little bit. Will he know what he's going to get with Arnold here? So let's see how you guys have this one. I'll go to the chat here in the game between Auburn and Oklahoma. All right, we're getting that first of the added board steam coming in right now in South Florida. Is the first mover here this morning. South Florida taking some steam in their game today. South Florida 35.5 point favorite in that first matchup, top of the board against South Carolina State. South Florida was 35.5, call it 36.5 right now against South Carolina State. We'll see if that total moves. I think I like that. I might be interested in that total if it comes out and moves. Look into the over here in that game between South Carolina State and South Florida in an early start. In fact, I like it over 56.5 in South Florida and South Carolina State. So we'll see. I have a feeling we're going to get a move on that. Okay, Jimbo like an OU. Jimmy says under and OU as well. I think you guys are done with this one with Auburn and Oklahoma. I'll make my call here in this one. Auburn comes in having won 5 of their last 6 dating back to last year. They've gone under in 7 of their last 10 games coming in. Oklahoma's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games coming in as well. Oklahoma is just 1-5 straight up in their last 6 SEC games. There with that late stumble last season. So let me see what you guys have here in this one with Auburn taking on Oklahoma. I think that's it for you guys there, and I'll make my call with these 2. And for me, I'm going to take the under here with Auburn and Oklahoma. It's down to 47. Give me the under here with Auburn and OU. All right, next up. Michigan taking on Nebraska here. And wow, what a matchup in this one with the Wolverines on the road. Taking on Big Red here with Michigan 1-point favorite here right now. I think we've seen a little bit of move. We've seen, let's see here. Yep, 1-47.5 here. This one's gone up to 47.5. There we go. So pretty much a toss-up here.
Steam playing.
There it is. Okay, so that move comes in on South Carolina State and Florida. Oh, it's down here from 57.5 to 50 to 54.5 right now on that widely reported sharp steam coming in. Oh, that's going to make me. Well, I'm still on it. I'm still liking the over here right now at. I'm going to call it 57. Oh man, it's all the way up to 57.5 here. Oh boy. Okay, well, I still like the over there with South Carolina State and USF. Maybe it is a tad higher than I was expecting, but just getting my notes square on these added games. Once the steam comes rolling in, I'll have plenty of it for you. Just moments ago, there was steam coming in on Oregon State and their game today against Oregon. The steam coming in here on the Beavers at plus was 35. They took it at 33.5. We're down to 32 here, it looks like, with Oregon State taking the steam against mighty Oregon. Steam had already kind of come in on the under in this one. Can Oregon State really score enough points to
Steam playing.
All right, some steam coming in also right now on LSU in their FCS matchup. We're seeing some big-time steam here right now with the Tigers here laying upwards of 40. It was 41.5, now up to 42.5. LSU taking the steam here on the extra board in that game against Southeast Louisiana. LSU up to about 42.5, taking the steam against Southeast Louisiana. All right, I'm trying to get the pick in here with Michigan and Nebraska. Let me get to that preview here right now. For the Wolverines, they come in here 2-1. They lost that road game, remember, 24-13 at Oklahoma. Certainly a little tougher than this one, but for Underwood, he's looked pretty good so far, 628 yards in those 3 games. So Michigan, remember, their coach is serving that suspension today, so the former Charlotte coach will be in here coaching officially for Michigan. Michigan 20-12 against the spread in their conference games out of the pandemic, and also Michigan 8-4 against the spread as road favorites, which they are here. They rushed for nearly 600 yards so far in their 2 wins this season. Nebraska comes in undefeated at 3-0. They beat Cincinnati 20-17. They beat Akron 68-0. Maybe this will be the year Nebraska can. They just want to just finish 500, much less compete for any conference title. So for Raiola, good veteran quarterback here for Nebraska. Under Matt Rule, they are 31-25 against the spread at home, 13-7 against the spread as a home dog, which they are here right now. But Rule is just 6-10 against the spread in conference games. Michigan has won the last 4 in the series, going 2-0-2 against the spread, and they won here in Lincoln 45-7, but they also lost here 39-32. 3 of the 4 meetings between the 2 teams have gone over, but let's see how you have it today here with Michigan taking on Nebraska. I want to hear from the chat. Here we go with Michigan is VAR's pick. Jimbo likes Nebraska. And Cash Kane says Nebraska has the better quarterback with Raiola. Give them, he'll take them here to win this one against Michigan here today. He'll take Nebraska in the matchup here. Michigan 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 overall, but Nebraska 4-1-1 against the spread in their last 5. Nebraska's also gone over in 5 of their last 6. And let's see here, Orlando, he's on Michigan here. Hey, at 47.5, I got to go under here with Michigan and Nebraska. All right, next up, North Carolina is at Central Florida here. And hey, what can you say? We got a hot North Carolina team here all of a sudden under Coach Belichick, 2-1 record. Of course, yeah, they lost to TCU, but they won at Charlotte 20-3. We know Charlotte's looking pretty weak here for sure, but they gave up 250 yards rushing to the TCU in that game. But hey, they've settled down here with Lopez a little bit. North Carolina, maybe they can start to get some numbers here too. They were terrible against the spread last season, but Tar Heels, pretty good road underdog, 5-1 against the spread. Their last 6 in the roll. They are 9-12 against the spread in non-conference games. Central Florida comes in here with a 2-0 record. They beat Jacksonville State 17-10. They beat an FCS opponent 68-7. The Knights will have their conference opener next week at Kansas State. So maybe they could look past a team like North Carolina trying to get loose a little bit. But you have Central Florida here, 12-16 is a home favorite under Coach Frost. They're also 14-19 against the spread, last 33 coming in off a win. These two teams haven't met since 2000, North Carolina and Central Florida. Let's see how you have it here with these two. You got Central Florida here right now as the favorite. Currently, I think I went out of order, you guys. I apologize for that. They're about a 7-point favorite. The total here is down to 47. Thought I had it. I try to keep it in rotation order, so apologize there. I think I screwed it up already. See what you guys have in the chat. North Carolina for VAR. Chosen one here is on Central Florida. So we got 1-1. That's all we got from the chat. I guess I'll have to make my call here without any help from the chat. North Carolina 4-15-1 against the spread. Their last 20 games, dating back over a year and a half, but Central Florida's gone 2-5 against the spread in their last 7. They've failed to cover in their last 5 games against ACC opponents. Arthur likes Central Florida here. Jimbo likes Central Florida here as well. I like Central Florida too. I'm still not into it with Carolina. I want to be, but I'm just not sure it's going to be a good situation long-term in North Carolina. And right now I'll take Central Florida and lay 7 points today against the Heels. Next up is North Carolina State taking on Duke. How about this one here with NC State coming in on the road at 3-0 here right now. And they're an underdog to Duke at 2.5 right now. And call it 3-57 looks like the number to me right now. Let me update that, bring it back up here. There we go. With Duke on the road here, they won their first 2 games won their first 3 games, scoring well on offense here right now, averaging over 30 points in the game so far. And the Wolfpack have been doing a pretty good job on the run, almost over 200 yards per game so far in the running game. Got a good quarterback here in Bailey. Wolfpack, though, as a dog, not in their best role, that's for sure. 13-19 against the spread as a road dog here, but Wolfpack 26-18 against the spread in ACC games here over the last 6 years or so. I think that dates back a little bit before the pandemic. The Wolfpack 14-19 against the spread. Their last 33 games off of a win. Seeing a little added board steam here right now on the University of San Diego. They're on the road against Princeton today. They were getting 13.5. They're getting 12.5 now. It looks like USD taking the steam against Princeton. All right, let's see what you have here for NC State and Duke. Duke, so far, they've given up some big points for sure in their FBS games, allowed basically 40 points. They're also -6 in turnovers so far. They didn't come, they came in with kind of an inexperienced offensive line, and maybe that's hurt them a little bit in these losses. Duke's 10-5, though, against the spread, their last 15 as a home favorite, although Diaz has never been a good home favorite. Duke 15-9 against the spread in ACC games, 8-5 against the spread their last 13, coming in off of a loss. Duke's won and covered 4 of the last 5 in this series. Last 3 meetings between the two teams have stayed under the total. Last couple of times that the Wolfpack had come into Raleigh-Durham, 24-3 they won, and 38-20 they won as well. So let's see what you have here with North Carolina State taking on the Dukies here. Duke's 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 overall. Duke's gone over in 5 of their last 6. 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two have gone over. North Carolina State's gone over in 10 of their last 15 overall. They've gone 6-3 against the spread in their last 9 games. Let's hear from you in the chat, see what you have here with North Carolina State taking on Duke here today. I'm going to the chat all-stars here right now. For, let's see here, VAR, he's on NC State. Duke, Blue is on NC State here. Chosen One's on NC State. A lot of support here for NC State. Cash Kane, he's on Duke. Jimbo's on Duke on the money line. And D-Money, good morning. Nice to have D-Money here, ready to roll today. All right, Duke and NC State. I got the over here, and I've got the over here in this one with Duke and NC State, especially down now here at 57. Feels like a little bit of a discount. I know the move is on the under, but I've got the over here with NC State and Duke. All right, next up, we've got South Carolina. More action here in the SEC with South Carolina taking on Missouri here. In Missouri, I'm showing them as a 10-point favorite right now, and the total here, 48.5. We're at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Call it 49 at some outlets here right now with Missouri here, the favorite in this one. Let's see how you think with these two. For South Carolina here, they are 2-1 so far this season. They beat Virginia Tech 24-11. They did lose to Vanderbilt 31-7. The news here, it looks like Sellers is in for South Carolina. That was the last update I think we saw here. So under Beamer so far, 13-7 against the spread, coming in off a road loss, and also with Beamer at Carolina, 11-6 against the spread on the road. Missouri comes in 3-0. They've won their FBS games pretty impressively, scoring almost 48 points in those 2 wins so far, rushing for almost 700 yards. Pribula, the former Penn State backup in here, quarterbacking for Missouri. They've gone 6-2 against the spread their last 8 as a favorite, 24-18 against the spread under Drinkwitz in conference games. Missouri's gone 5-1 straight up and 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 series games between these two, as the Gamecocks have come in here and kind of struggled against Missouri, going 0-3 straight up and against the spread in their last 3 trips. 10 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams have gone under. So let's see here what you have in this one with South Carolina taking on Missouri. South Carolina's covered 10 of their last 15 overall. Missouri, they've basically won 8 straight games dating back to last season right now. Missouri's gone over in 7 of their last 8 games overall. South Carolina's gone under in 5 straight games coming in. They've also, let's see what you guys have. I'll go to the chat. Cash Kane likes the under here, but Chosen likes the over. Barr likes the over, and Jimbo likes South Carolina here in this one. But I've got Missouri myself to keep it going right now. Give me Missouri here. I'll lay 10 points in this one. Okay, how about this one with Florida taking on Miami today, and you got the Canes are going to be favored tonight in this one at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Miami, pretty much 7.5, and total here 51 or so. I think we can update it. There we go, with Miami favored at home here, but still pretty big, important game for these two. Florida, we're not happy with you, Florida, at 1-2 right now, but they got upset by USF. They lost at LSU, and the Gators right now have 2 losses already. They've had some turnover issues for sure so far. Lagway hasn't been the man yet, but look, under Napier, Florida's always pretty good in the road as a dog roll, 12-8 against the spread. Napier 23-11 against the spread in his career as an underdog, 14-7 with Florida as a dog. So some numbers do favor Florida here. And SEC so far, non-conference dog roll this year, 4-1 against the spread. For Miami here, they edged Notre Dame, of course, 27-24. They also beat up on South Florida, 49-12. Beck's looked pretty good for sure. For Miami under Cristobal, he's only 19-32 in his career as a home favorite, and 9-12 against the spread at home with Cristobal as the coach here of Miami. ACC non-conference favorite so far, just 4-8 against the spread. Miami's won and covered 6 of the last 8 meetings, although the teams have met just once since the pandemic. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone under between these two teams, but let's see how you have it today with Florida taking on Miami. Anybody willing to take a shot here with the Gators getting these points on the road? Let's go to the chat and see what you have here. With, I think I missed a few here on that last game. Jimbo on South Carolina. I might have said that. David Wallace, Missouri Moneyline. Blue might be on the over of one of these games. Cash Kane says Miami minus 7.5. Jimbo likes Miami minus 7.5. And Barr says Miami covers. I've got the Gators, you guys. Here I'm taking Florida against Miami in this one. Barr, you guys are all over Miami. Oh, boy. I should have just went to the total and not embarrassed myself here. You guys might get the win on me. Feel like you get with Miami being pretty popular in the chat. I'm being a little awkward. All right, Illinois here is taking on Indiana. And wow, can you believe Illinois? Can you believe Indiana? We've been saying for 2 years. Can you believe Illinois right now with these two? Texas State, they're taking some steam here. Let me throw in a couple of moves right now, see if I can get you these movers here on the FCS board today. Get you a little action if you want to play some FCS. Texas State here is taking some steam. They were minus 30.5, but they're up to 31.5 here right now. Texas State is taking the steam here on the added board today in their matchup here. Also, let's see here. All right, I'll have to get back to the game at hand here. Apologize for that. Texas State, what the thing cut me off here. They were 30.5. Now they're 31.5 in their game against Nicholls State. Texas State taking the steam Okay, let's look at this one here. Good one with Illinois taking on Indiana in Bloomington. And Indiana is the favorite here. This one's at 8 Eastern.
Steam play.
Southeast Louisiana and LSU, we're seeing some steam to the over in that one. We already talked about it at LSU getting the steam, and now the Sharps are going over here, 54. It's up to 55. So that says LSU and put up a big number, of course, and probably get it done. Okay, let's get going here with Illinois and IU. Got to preview this one for sure with, like I said, Indiana here. 7 point. Oh man, I did it again. I went out of order, didn't I? 7-point favorite. I entered these in quite a while ago this week. So a 7-point favorite here, and the total 52.5. There you go. Indiana's been on the move, no doubt about it. Don't mean to fool anybody there. For Illinois, they come in 3-0 here. They beat up on these first two games against their FBS competition, outscoring them 83-19. Illinois +6 in turnovers so far this season. They got a veteran quarterback in Altmaier, a couple of years experience. Under Bielema, Illinois 12-4 against the spread as road underdogs. He's 27-17 in his career with Illinois and Indiana, 27-17 in his career as a road underdog. Also 21-15 in Big Ten conference games against the spread. This guy's a winner. Also, Illinois 9-1 against the spread. Their last 10 coming in off of a win. For Indiana here, they won their FCS games by a combined score of 83-23. They rushed for over 622 yards in those wins over Old Dominion. Was, looking okay considering that game. And Kennesaw State got Fernando Mendoza in there. Certainly a couple years experience. For Indiana, under Signetti so far, 8-2 against the spread as a favorite at home. Also been a pretty strong favorite in his career overall. Indiana, man, they are opportunistic, taking the ball away here. They're 4-1 straight up, 5-0 against the spread. Last 5 meetings against Illinois. Illinois lost the last 2 trips into Bloomington, 23-20 and 52-35. Let's see what you guys got here in this one, Indiana and Illinois. Today, go to the chat here and see what you have. Got Illinois here. Like I said, they failed to cover in 5 straight against them, but they have covered 7 in a row dating back to last season. Indiana's covered 11 of their last 15 dating back to last season. They've won 11 straight at home. Indiana's also gone over in 11 of their last 15 games coming in. Let's see what you have here in this one, Illinois and Indiana. I'm ready to go to the chat All-Stars with Cash Keen is on Illinois on the money line. Bar says Illinois plus those points. Jimbo's on Illinois. Jimmy's on the under here. Blue is on the under here in this one. Doge says, give me the Illini with those points. Jim says he'll take the Illini here as well. Okay. All right, for me in this one, I got to take the over with Illinois and Indiana today. I've got this one as a high-scoring game, and look, that total right now at 52.5. Give me the over with Illinois and Indiana. All right, some added board steam came in a few moments ago. We already talked about Nicholls State and Texas State, and they moved on Texas State. Now they've moved on the over again, just like the Southeast Louisiana LSU game where they moved on side in total. Now they're going over 55.5, call it 56.5, Nicholls State and Texas State. All right, next up, we've got Arizona State and Baylor. I think this is the last game we're looking at here in the college football card here today, but you got Baylor here favored at home. in this one. This one goes at 10:30 Eastern. Let me make sure of this.
Final.
I'm sorry, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific time. Here with Baylor, a 2.5 point favorite. The total is up to 60 here right now. There we go with Baylor here at home. So let's see what you have here with Arizona State. Coming in here 2-1. The Arizona State lost at Mississippi State 24-20. They beat Texas State 34-15. The Sun Devils ran for about 250 yards in both those games. Their sophomore quarterback, Levitt, pretty good numbers here so far. And under Dillingham, the Sun Devils are 14-5 already in conference games coming in. They're also 11-5 against the spread, win coming in off of a win. For Baylor so far, they lost at home to Auburn 38-24, but they won at SMU 48-45, if you know what I mean. So in those two games, Baylor, man, almost 1,100 yards of total offense under Robertson, who really can sling it. The Bears were 8-5 last season. It seems like they've gotten better every year here right now under Aranda. He's 11-7 against the spread as a home favorite. Baylor 16-11 coming in off of a win against the number. This is the first meeting between these two teams in 35 years. So, all right, let's see what you guys have in the chat. Ohio just got steamed there as well in their FCS game. I might have missed the line move, though. So let me just go to Ohio in their game against Gardner-Webb just got steamed here just moments ago. I missed the move. I missed the move on that. You guys not doing a good job for you. Ohio, here it is. They were at 28. They opened as low as 25.5. Ohio is now 31.5. They steamed them at 28.5. Now this one's going up to 31.5, maybe even 32. We'll see what they do with the total. If they steam it up here again, I'm going under. It's already 56. I like the under in that game, actually. Gardner-Webb and Ohio. I'm taking the under at 56. Ohio's up to a 32-point favorite. We'll see about that. All right. Arizona State and Baylor, last call here right now between these two. I want to hear from the chat, and then that'll be it for our football. We'll go over 9 or 10 games here today. We'll look at the baseball here next. Catch me with more college football over there. I'm going to rehash some of those games, certainly over on Nuke the House, the big ones here anyway. But I have a few more up my sleeve here over on Nuke the House here at the top of the hour. All right, for Arizona State and Baylor here, give me your picks in this one. Go to the chat here. And we've got Baylor for VAR. Arthur's on the over. Rich is here. Hello, Rich. He likes the over here in this one. Probably be my play as well. Jimmy here liking Baylor. Hello to AOD today. Thank you for being here. Jimbo likes the over. I think I like the over with you guys as well. I like that you guys really like the over. I do too. Give me the over here with ASU and Baylor. All right, we're seeing some steam here right now in the game between McNeese State and Utah State. Over right now. We just got some steam in here on the added board in this one between McNeese and Utah State. It was 62, but we're going higher than that right now. We're up to 63 in the game between McNeese and Utah State. Steam to the over. All right. If you have any other requests, let me know, but I'm going to move on to the baseball here today. Got some important games here, but hopefully that was a good look at the biggest games in college football today. I know I left out a couple, but I got some coverage I'm providing over there at Nuke the House. Please check me out over there. All right, let's go to the baseball here right now. And we're not covering them all. Like I said, there's a doubleheader today. We're just going to, basically skip it because you know how it is with doubleheaders, right? If you like the doubleheader, watch game one, handicap game one maybe. But I've got some games lined up here in baseball. Not all of them today with our busy schedule, but I thought we'd look at the first one here. Let me get one more move here on the added board, if I may, with Tennessee Martin and Missouri State. We're seeing some steam here right now to the over in the game between Tennessee Martin and Missouri State. It was 52.5 up to 53.5 here. Tennessee Martin and Missouri State steam to the over. All right, next up here, Cash Gains got East Carolina on the money line today. You guys are ready to go here on the baseball. How about it? Joey Wentz is on the mound here for the Braves up here going against Casey Mize in this one. Man, Detroit spiraling here out of control right now. Can they salvage this? Can they hang on and still even make it to the playoffs? In fact, I think Keter Montero is the actual starter. Let's see here. I've got Montero. Let me update that.
Final.
And the line here maybe has gone down to $1.20 in that one. And the total 9 under 15. There is some steam just coming in here right now. We mentioned also that Yale, TCU, and SMU game in the running back situation there.
Final.
We are seeing that Barnes of TCU is questionable in that game. Making both running backs there having some issues making the lineup, it feels like there today. Yale is taking some steam here in their added board game against Holy Cross. Yale was a 4.5-point favorite or so, probably going to go up to 5 or 5.5. Yale taking the steam against Holy Cross here today. All right, back to the action in the major leagues right now, with the Braves on the road here, taking on the Tigers. For Wentz, 5-6 record, 5.76 ERA, 275 batting average against, 330 the BABIP. For Montero here, a 5-3 record. Tigers are 7-3 with Montero on the mound, 4.32 ERA, 296 BABIP. Let me grab a couple of football games again here for you. A little more significant than the baseball, even though those are important games. New Hampshire and Dartmouth. We're seeing some steam here with New Hampshire and Dartmouth. To the under, it was 49, down to 48 here with New Hampshire and Dartmouth. And then moments ago before that, Villanova and Monmouth. Steam to the under in that one. It was 69, and now it's 68 with Villanova and Monmouth steam to the under. All right, let's get it going here right now with the Braves and the Tigers. I got to make my play here in this one, but I want to hear from you guys. Montero's 2-8 to the under in his 10 starts, 4.32 ERA, 296 BABIP coming into this one for Atlanta here right now. Like I said, they've won 6 in a row right now. They've also beaten Detroit in 6 straight games between the two. Detroit's lost 7 of their last 8, 5 straight at home. Atlanta's gone over in 5 of their last 6. Detroit's gone over in 8 of their last 11, and 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Let's see what you have here in this one. North Alabama is taking some steam here in an added board game right now. North Alabama was getting 19.5 points, but they're taking the steam here right now. And North Alabama in their matchup today is down to 18.5 here. 18 even here maybe right now. North Alabama is taking some steam here on the morning steam show. in their matchup today with Illinois State, down to 18 here. North Alabama taking the steam at Illinois State. All right, I got to make my call here. And this one is Atlanta. Or is Atlanta going to keep going here right now? And is Detroit really melting this quickly here at this point? Tigers still, they're hitting over almost 260 at home. The Braves hit over 240 on the road. Wentz has been getting hit pretty hard here. Maybe this is still a spot for Detroit. The Citadel is taking some steam in their matchup against Mercer. Mercer was a 4.5-point favorite. They're down to 3.5 here right now as the Citadel takes the steam against Mercer. All right, let's see how you have it, though, with Detroit and Atlanta here. Look, man, Detroit, you got to figure, can they salvage one of these games and get a win here? Atlanta's on a roll. Oh, man, let's go to the chat. Here we go. Bar's on the Braves. Blue is on the Braves. Arthur's on the over. Tigers for cash gain. Mike says Detroit today can get one against the Braves. And Rich Stubbs says Detroit and over. Jimbo's on the Tigers. I mean, they better win this one. They have the advantage here starting pitching, it feels like. I'm going to take Detroit. Can't get a much better price than this on a team that still is hanging on here. Give me Detroit in this one. Lee Mathis in the chat today. Okay, so we skipped the doubleheader. We also skipped the Mets as a 250 favorite. Hope that's okay. Here come the Cubs taking on the Reds with Javier Assad on the mound here. In this one is up against Littell. For Assad here, 5 starts, 4.23 ERA, 1.30 whip, 282. Batting average against for Littell here, 9-8 record, 3.86 ERA, 1.1 the whip. Coming in for the Cubs here. Cubs come in having won 7 of their last 10 overall, but they are just 1-4 their last 5 against the Reds. Reds have won 4 of their last 5 games coming in. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams here in Cincinnati have gone under as well. Reds have won 6 of their last 9 games at home, but this one is close to a pick'em. Reds here, probably $1.15. The total looks like 9 flat to me. Let's go to the chat and see if you want to play this one here between Cincinnati and the Cubs in Cincinnati today. All right, here we go with Cash Kane is on the Cubs. Blue is also on the Cubs here. All right. I'm going over in this one with the Cubs and Cincinnati. Give me the over here in this one. Rich is on the Cubs as well. Next up. All right, we skipped the A's and the Pirates for obvious reasons. We're also skipping the Yankees, a $2 favorite on the road with Rodon and Sugano. Just mentioned it because some of the, these games are important. Those Cleveland games are important. Certainly the Mets game is important as well, but they're just not closely rated. We're trying to, look at some pick'em games here if we can. Red Sox and Rays here in this one. Harrison goes for Boston and Hauser here on the mound for the Rays. For Harrison here, 4 starts, a 4.05 ERA, 1.23 whip, 278 BABIP. For Hauser here, 19 starts, an 8-4 record. He's 6-12 to the under is Hauser this season in his starts, 3.11 ERA, 260 BABIP. Coming into this one, Boston comes in having won 7 straight games against Tampa Bay right now. 4-1 their last 5 on the road overall. Tampa's lost 6 of their last 8 at home, and Tampa's also dropped 10 of their last 14 overall. Boston's won 7 of the last 10 meetings between the two here in Tampa. Tampa's gone under in 5 of their last 7 against Boston, and Boston's gone under in 7 of their last 10 games on the road. Get ready in the chat here with this one, but just want to mention we talked about that Mercer game here, or no, I'm sorry, North Alabama game there against Illinois State. They steamed North Alabama. They've also steamed the over in that game with North Alabama and Illinois State. It was 57.5, but it's up to 58.5 here with North Alabama and Illinois State. Okay, here's some comments from the chat. VAR was on the Cubs run line there in that one. I missed those plays a little bit. Cash Kane says Mets run line, Pirates money line, Yankees money line. Blues on the over here, I think, with Boston and Tampa Bay. Cash Kane likes the Rays on the money line, and NYC Bar likes the Rays as well here on the money line. So, Boston's definitely the hotter team. I'm not saying they need it more right now. I mean, you look at the standings here currently, it's the Rays that are more desperate, if you will, although the Red Sox are trying to hang on and stay ahead of the Guardians here and also Astros or Seattle, whichever one of those teams kind of finishes second. Tampa Bay is actually 9 games out right now, and they don't have any hope really here other than to maybe win them all and get help. But I got to try Boston here in this one. Give me the Red Sox on the road. Next up, we're skipped over Miami and Texas. Texas is a pretty big favorite there, and also that second game of the doubleheader. How about we look at the Blue Jays on the road with Bieber at the Royals and Cameron here. Bieber is about $1.40 and the total 8.5 over 20. There we go with the Blue Jays here and Bieber. They're still atop the standings in the American League, holding the 3-game lead here over the Yankees currently. Blue Jays have lost 3 straight games, however, coming into this one for Toronto and Bieber here. 3-1 record and 5 starts, 3.72 ERA, 2.32 batting average against. Cameron, 8-7 record, 2.98 ERA. Cameron 6-16 to the under, 2.18 batting average against, and a 2.44 BABIP for Toronto here of late. They come in, they hit very well against left-handed pitching. It's just that Cameron is a pretty good left-handed pitcher, although he's been, regressing a little bit off of that great start here right now. So can Toronto keep getting it done here on the road against Kansas City? Toronto comes in here currently having won 6 of their last 9, although they've dropped 5 of their last 6 against the Royals overall. Still, the Royals have lost 8 of their last 12. 9 of the last 13 meetings between the two have gone under. Toronto's gone under in 10 of their last 14, and Kansas City's gone under in 14 of their last 20 games coming into this one. Kansas City has gone over in 6 of their last 7. Let's see if you have a play here between Toronto and Kansas City here today. All right. Cash Kane is on the Royals, Blues on the over, Jim's on the under. Timothy Hawk says Blue Jays and Royals under. Mike Humphrey's on the under. And Barr, he likes Kansas City here in this one. Man, I don't know if I'm seeing it with you guys necessarily here, but I'm on the over here in this one with Toronto and Kansas City. All right, next up, what do I got? We got to go to this one for sure with the Mariners and the Astros. Mariners here This one could be down to a pick 'em right now. I'm showing the Astros a slight favor, but it could be a pick 'em. And the total is 8 under at minus 120. Definitely has moved slightly under here in this one with the Mariners and the Astros. All right, we saw yesterday the result, and with that win for Seattle, they are now 1.5 games ahead of Houston for in first place right now. Hold on, remember the other team still has to hang on for the wild card against Cleveland. Whoever falls behind, I guess, after this series. So for Kirby coming in, he's 21 starts, 9-7 record, 4.46 ERA, 2.57 batting average against, 3.15 BABIP. Valdez, 29 starts, a 12-10 record, 3.59 ERA, 2.36 batting average against. Seattle, coming in here right now, hot as can be. Houston's been doing well too, but Seattle's won 12 of their last 13, 5 of their last 6 on the road. Houston's won 5 of their last 7. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams here in Houston have gone under, but Houston's gone over in 6 of their last 8 games at home. Let's see what you have here with these two. Seattle on the road here. Kirby definitely been giving it back here a little bit of late. Meanwhile, Valdez at home is so solid here, it feels like right now. This might be a spot for Houston to get even with them here, even as hot as Seattle has been right now. Rich, I think, is on the over here. Blue likes the Mariners team total over. Cash gains on the Astros, and NYC Bar is on the Astros here as well. So I think Genoa has just scored here. Got Real Madrid going on here too. Jimbo's on the Astros. I'm on the Astros today. Give me Houston in this one. All right. Next up is my Padres on the road. $1.65 here at the White Sox. Probably could have skipped this one too, but just want to whine a little bit about the Padres here, not seeing to be able to get the wins when they need them. Currently, Padres, they're probably going to make the playoffs for sure, even though they lost a couple in a row here. The 12 games over 500. Somewhat comfortable situation unless they really tank it up here like they did yesterday against the White Sox. But you got Darvish here going for the Pods. 4-5 record, 5.63 ERA, 1.13 WHIP, but a 232 batting average against 261 BABIP. Maybe a little bit of tough luck, but Darvish more like inconsistent is more like it. For Gomez here, 7 starts, 3-2 record, 4.91 ERA, 234 BABIP. 234 batting average against. So it's pretty good numbers there for sure, for reasonable numbers there for Gomez. Padres here have lost 11 of their last 16 on the road. They have won 6 of the last 7 against the White Sox. One was yesterday. White Sox have gone under in 7 of their last 8. 7 of the last 8 between these two teams have gone under. White Sox have gone under in 4 of their last 5 at home. Padres have gone under in 8 of their last 12 overall. A little bit of added board steam here. Maine and Georgia Southern. We're seeing some steam here to the over in the game between Maine and Georgia Southern. It was 56.5. It's up to 57.5 here right now with the steam coming in on the over with Maine and
Final.
Georgia Southern. Steam to the over. 57.5. Okay. All right. Hopefully you don't mind being all over the place here on a Saturday. Go ahead and give me your play in the Padre game today. See if Padres can get one here. At least they're a big favorite, but Darvish has been struggling on the road, man, for sure. Doesn't even matter. It feels like what team he's facing. He's been tough. Maybe they got to get into the bullpen. Get into the bullpen quick. Here is what I'm thinking. Padres have struggled with some of these American League teams. When going on the road, that's just a fact. It's as if they think they count half or something. All right, we'll see what you guys have here in this one. Padres taking on the White Sox today. I'm willing to grab the White Sox here on the run line at plus 1.5 at minus $1.40 here. I think. Make sure I get the right price here.
Steam play.
Minus $1.20. That works even better. I'm taking the White Sox again here. Give me the White Sox against the Padres today. All right, added board steam here. Missouri is taking some steam here this morning in their game. Missouri State here taking some steam. They were minus 13 in their matchup. Right now we're seeing the steam come in here on Missouri State. They were minus 13. They're up to minus 14 here right now in that game. Missouri State is taking the steam here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, that was that game against Tennessee Martin. Yeah, because they'd already moved on the steam. They had already steamed the over here. Now it went from 13 to 14. So Missouri State and the over are the steam in that matchup. Okay, a few more here in the major leagues, and we'll wrap up the show. Let me get your picks on the Padre game here real quick. See what we got here. I think Jimbo was on the under there. Cash Kane was on the Padres. Blue might have been on the under there. Bars on the Padres run line. Rich likes Houston in that game with Seattle. And I think that's it. All right, here we go, Brewers and Cardinals. We talked about yesterday, and we were on the Brewers yesterday with Mizorowski, but see how it goes here today with Quintana taking on Miles Mikolas here for, let me see, is it Chad Patrick? Let me make sure here. Yeah, let me update that. Chad Patrick is in here for the Brewers today. And that has affected the line a little bit here. Brewers are $1.35 and 8.5 over 20. Okay, there we go. All right. For Chad Patrick here, he comes in with a 3-8 record coming in. Brewers are just 6-15 with Chad Patrick on the mound. He's 7-13 to the under, 3.64 ERA, 3.12 BABIP. Miles Mikolas 8-10 in 29 starts, a 4.80 ERA, 1.31 WHIP coming in. For the Brewers here, they've won 5 of their last 7. St. Louis has lost 7 of their last 9. Brewers have gone over in 4 of their last 5 on the road and 7 of their last 9 overall. Cardinals have gone under in 6 of their last 9 at home. St. Louis has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams coming in. Let's see how you have this one with the Brewers coming in. They're hitting over 270 in the last month. Cardinals hitting just under 225 over the last month here. Milwaukee getting pretty good production out of the bullpen. Usually they're very strong in this role, especially down to $1.35 or so here in this one. Ooh, let's see what you have in the chat. And it's going to be Jimbo on the Brewers here. Rich is on the over. NYC Bar likes Brewers on the run line here in this one. Cash Kane said he'll take the Brewers today. He had the cards yesterday, so he's willing to kind of turn the tide here a little bit. Rich is on the Brewers here. All right. I'm going to take the Cardinals here in this one, actually, and try to buck the tide here. Cardinals, they're toast. I mean, they're not going to come back here from this situation now, 5 games back, but they might think they're still breathing there. They won yesterday's game. I'm going to try them today. Give me the Cards here in this one. Phillies on the road with Taiwan Walker. He's up against Nabil Krismat here for let me make sure I got this pitching matchup right, actually. Yeah. It's Nola and Gallen. And it's going to be Arizona, about $1.15, total 9. There we go. So let me get your play. Get ready with your plays here, and I'll try to keep my board straight here in this one with Nola and Gallen. For Nola, comes in 4-9 record is 6.44 ERA, 3.29 BABIP coming in for Zach Gallen. 31 starts, a 4.73 ERA, 2.39 batting average against. There'll be some runs here, right? Philadelphia's gone over in 9 of their last 10 games overall. Phillies have won 9 of their last 11. Arizona's won 13 of their last 19 games overall at home. Coming into this game, Arizona definitely hitting here of late. Nola struggles on the road for sure. ERA here over 7 in his last 7 starts.
Final.
He's lost 5 of those games here. Gallen's been actually pretty hot here of late. So let's see what you guys have in this one between Philadelphia and Arizona. Diamondbacks money line in the over for cash gain. Rich Stubbs says, give me over and Arizona. I'm going to take Arizona here in this one against Philadelphia tonight. NYC VAR likes the over here. All right, we skipped the Rockies game, so last up it'll be the Giants here on the road, taking on the Dodgers. Got Tang going up against Glasnow here in this one, and I just picked it because it is pretty important, even though we got a lopsided spread here for sure. But we'll see in this one. I'm going to probably just take the Giants on the run line here after the emotion of last night's game. Dodgers hanging on here right now, but they are 4 games clear of the Padres with a 3-game winning streak here currently. Giants are down to their last few breaths here, it feels like, with 4 games out behind the Mets right now, and the Reds are a little bit hot ahead of them with their winning streak. So give me San Francisco. I'll take them here on the run line at plus 1.5. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. And Giants taking Cash Cane says take them plus 2.5 here in this one. All right. All right, that's going to do it. Looks like for the baseball segment. Appreciate it, everybody. Got to take a look here right now at some action tonight, if you will, in the Canadian Football League. And take a look here at the 2 games real quick and see how we're going to cover it. With the Blue Bombers on the road taking on the Red Blacks.
Final.
Red Blacks here favored by 3, total 52. You know, Strebler, everybody quick to criticize, but Strebler went off last game. Well, he had a good game. He had an okay game, I guess, but 241 yards. Did throw a couple of picks, but he rushed for 82 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, for Drew Brown, you know, look, he's back in there, right, at this point, and you know, still Winnipeg can harass quarterbacks here, especially if they don't get the running game going with Attaboye. I'm going to take Winnipeg here in this one, plus the 3 points. Give me the Blue Bombers today in this one, in the day game here today at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific. Give me Winnipeg plus 3 is my play here on the show. In the late game, Pitt's the Elks going up against the Tiger Cats, and Tiger Cats are favored by 5.5, and the total 56. Look, Bo Levi Mitchell's got some great targets in this game with Lawler, with White, with Smith. But, Edmonton, I don't know if the numbers are that great necessarily with these receivers, but with Fajardo in there, maybe they can keep it going here right now. Look, Hamilton's got a great record here. You know what? Give me the under in this one at 56. I want Edmonton to hang in there. I think they can, but 5.5. Let me just take the under here in that game at 56. Okay. Let's see what else you have. Yep, we're just about done. We're going to do the drawing here real quick as well. Go over to winnable.com, pick up my plays for today. Got some some college football out there right now with 5 games. Go to winnable.com/Ramon. Pick up those plays. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. I think I'll have a Major League Soccer card tonight as well. Big card of Major League Soccer. So the college football kind of winds down a little bit early. There are some great late games as well that I don't forget with Michigan State and USC, and there's some Hawaii action late night. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. Head on over to winnable.com and get those plays from me, Mikey, Jeff, and Sean.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work. You get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, let's get the drawing taken care of here and see who wins a 1-month subscription to the plays if you'd like. If you do win, just use the promo code WINNER. You don't need to communicate with me unless you want to through DM or something. You could just use the promo code WINNER. Just type in WINNER at checkout. You're going to get that 1-month free subscription. Here we go. Mark Frost, Irish King, Cash Kane, Twisted, AOD, D Money in there, 9 Legacy. The winner is Arthur Wesley. Arthur, if you sign up, I'll give you a month there free of the plays. I appreciate you coming in here all the time, and thank you very much for visiting with me here in the chat. Oh, Rich was on the Blue Bombers back there. Rich had a play. Good job, Rich. And that's going to do it for the morning steam. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you, everyone here, for joining me here today. We will have a little bit, even though there's no UFC, actually, there is some UFC, and I'll tell you what it is. Tonight, we'll have VB MMA picks here today at 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 Pacific time. We'll get ready for next week's card. We're doing it a day early because we're catching up with Aussie Fight Fans. So it may seem like Saturday, but it'll be Sunday morning, I think, over there for Aussie Fight Fan, as he'll join us to preview the card from Perth. Why not? Of course, we always visit with Aussie Fight Fan when it comes to those cards down under. So join us today here. There is some live coverage on the Sports Money Network with VB MMA picks this afternoon. So join us then. All right, see if we can get a real quick here, a little bit more added board steam to get you with some plays. Georgetown and Brown, downtown George Brown. Georgetown is taking the steam here right now. Just moments ago, Georgetown took the steam at -1.5. They're up to 2.5. It may even go to 3. Georgetown took the steam. Also, the steam came in on the under in that game at 59.5. It's now down to 58.5 with Georgetown and Brown. All right, that's going to do it for the morning steam. Really appreciate you guys joining me here at a great time, and we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific with NFL. Tomorrow is going to be a great day, so thank you for joining me here. Hey, join me in about 10 minutes over on the Nuke the House channel. We're going to go over some more college football action and get you ready for the big games here today in college football. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. Ramon Scott, sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to the